Now 6 o'clock, we'll call the Property Management Committee to order for February 19th, 2010. This time, Mr. Mayor, would you lead us in prayer?
Dear God, we're just thankful for the many good things you've given us. You've blessed each of us individually, and you've blessed this great county and our state and our nation with many blessings. And we just pray that you will help us to live up to those ideals and those standards and those principles that were put in place by our founding fathers, and give us the wisdom to do your will and to try to help everyone we come in contact with. Through Christ we pray, amen.
Yeah. Commissioner Hall, would you lead?
All right, rise and face the flag for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. Appreciate you being here. First, we need to approve the minutes from January 28th, 2010.
Mr. Chairman, I move that they be approved as mailed.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any additions, deletions? We have one change I noticed. It's in here, January 28th, 2010 minutes. The county receives no income from placement of the machine in the building, speaking of the
AGM.
the county court clerk building and assessor building. Now, we do actually receive $250 a month, or at least that's what the contract says. We didn't have the contract at that time.
Well,
So-
let me clarify that. The first 3-year period that we had the ATM machine in there starting in 2003, that agreement did pay the county $250 a month. We bid it again in 2006. Anyway, I have that information with me. So in February of 07, it was bid again, and that agreement said that they would leave the current ATM in place, but we didn't get any fee for it. So the second 3 years, we received no fee. The first 3, we did receive the fee. And here are the minutes of both the February 07 meeting, and then also, I actually have 2 copies of that. And then the other one was back in 03, March of 03.
Okay, well, the information I received, I appreciate the updated information, but the research that was done and brought back to me, the answer was that it was only done in 2003. They didn't plan that, so
Since
I apologize.
then, even the last few days, I have re-energized this research, and I just found
Yes, sir.
today this
Yes, sir.
this 07 information, so I'm sorry I didn't have that before.
Okay.
And because what you were told is what Vicki said, that's what happened, but I've since discovered
Yes, sir.
that this did happen.
Okay.
So the minutes, Mr. Chairman, would be correct in that we haven't for the last 3 years received any money for the ATM machine being placed there.
Did that bidding,
We're not getting anything for the machine.
No, sir, it's just over there as a service.
So,
In
Mr.
fact-
Chairman, are we under this topic now?
no, that was to change the minutes, but now with the new information, the minutes won't need to be changed, so we're still under approving the minutes. So, is any other discussion on the minutes of January 28th? All in favor? of approval? Aye. All opposed? Minutes are approved. Update on the new county court clerk's building.
It's
Smyrna.
about finished.
Yes.
I was by there today. They're putting on the final touches, and I think the contractor will be pretty much through by the end of the day tomorrow. I don't know if they'll have the actual final certificate of occupancy tomorrow, but it's imminent. So, and The furniture has been delivered and it's set up. They're cleaning. So the fiber is there for the internet and all of that. That's been pulled to the building. The telephone company's has pulled some of their things in there. It's not activated yet, but so we're really getting close. The clerk's office they will stay in their current building through next week. And next week we will put in the new technology. We've already started, but they'll finish the new technology and get all of it in there, and we'll move what we can. We won't be able to move some of the things that are coming from the current building until we're out of the clerk's building where they are currently. They will move out of the clerk's building on the 8th of March. They'll be doing that on those 2 days, the 8th and the 9th. They'll have everything brought to and installed, including the new equipment, on the 8th and 9th of March. And hopefully they will be, they'll be running beta tests, you might say, to be sure everything is working on the 10th of March. That office will be closed for customer service on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And they'll open in the new building on March the 11th.
Who signs the occupancy certificate?
The planning department at Smyrna will give us final approval. I mean, of course, they have to get other inspections first, like electrical and et cetera, but that's will be routine typically in this kind of arrangement. There's no reason to think. They already got power on and everything in the building.
I was in there today as well. I mean, outside of cleaning tile and probably sealing it, and there had painters in there touching up the last bits, but the glass is hung and furniture's in, as he said. It looks good. It's real.
There will be one more finished coat of asphalt to put down. They just put the base down, and I don't know when we'll get that down, but it's in good shape. But they will put a finished layer of asphalt. I'm sure pretty soon as the weather breaks again, probably. Landscaping may be finished by tomorrow afternoon. They're about done.
They're blowing hay today.
They were getting really close. So
I noticed the ribbon curbing that's supposed to keep the traffic from coming from the front of the building around and breaking line for the drive-through. It was installed, but it looks like it's directing traffic into the spot that it's supposed to be stopping traffic from going.
I looked at that 2 or 3 times, and they put it in just like the engineering designed it. The only reason they didn't take that all the way up there to that landscape curbing was they wanted to leave an opening there so if people that queued up in that line and needed to get out could come out. That opening there is for no other purpose. The opening is big enough for a person to go in to line there. So I don't know. The whole process is designed to allow the line to queue up coming from north-south back on I Street or whatever that is right there. So
Street.
So as you come off of I Street, it's clear that you're not supposed to go in there, but you could drive in the parking lot and try to get in that space right there. So I don't know if it's going to be a problem. If it's a problem, first thing we probably need to do is just put a sign there right at the end of that ribbon curb that says this no entrance here. If that doesn't work, we'll have to put down either some movable concrete, elongated blocks there to prohibit them from going in. The only reason they left that open, they thought it was wise from a safety standpoint to have the ability to get out of that queue if they needed to. But you're right, there is room to go in there.
The problem I saw with it was you just barely have enough room to go to the drive-through. When you drive through, they only left just enough room for one car to go in the direction of a drive-through, but then there's enough room for a car to be entering and another car leaving on the other side of the curb. I don't know why they split the drive like that, because it's very confusing, even for me, and I know what it's supposed to do.
Well, they left room for one car to go in and one car to come out to the main parking area. That's the reason that is wider there than just the one entryway into the drive-through area. There's a requirement there that we got enough room coming out of the parking lot. You can have a car coming out plus one going in. That's a kind of a code requirement right there.
I noticed we didn't have outside curbing also. We have, the only curbing we have on the outer part of the asphalt is one little spot around a flower bed in the front.
But the only curbing that we have is curbing around those landscaped areas. That's right, we didn't curb around the parking.
Hopefully that'll work. Any other discussion on the Perks building? An open house will be after it actually opens.
I think they probably want to get in here and really get situated, probably a few weeks or thereabouts, and then try to, that hasn't been discussed yet that I'm aware of.
They will be in by the 11th. It opened by the 11th.
But that's the day they're supposed to be their
March
first day.
11th.
Modern art.
Okay.
Next, we have the ATM machine at the present court clerk's building and assessor's building.
Mr. Chairman, I just have one question on that.
Yes, sir.
I'm probably in the minority, but I'm tired of hearing about this.
Well, I am too.
And if we're not making any money off of it, I would propose with thought or discussion that we give notice to whoever that is to be out by the end of the fiscal year.
Well, personally, as a taxpayer and a person that may go up there and use that machine, I'd like to see it remain there.
But you gave us a report last time that there were very few people using it.
I didn't give that report, someone else did.
I said fewer and fewer people are using it since we've got the access, they've got that system inside the building there for Visa and MasterCard. This will accept other cards beyond that, but
And the machine inside always doesn't work.
So you're trying to tell us that you want it to stay there, then?
I said originally I would like to see it stay there, but I was originally told that it was not bid out. It's never come through this committee. I asked in the beginning, 1997, for it to come through this committee and to be bid out. It never did. That's why we had no knowledge of it being bid out. It went through purchasing. Purchasing doesn't handle property leases. That's a property lease. That's not a copier or something like
Just a point of
that.
clarification, it did come through the committee and we sent it to purchasing to be bid out. Whether or not that was the right thing, we did do that.
what year?
December of 2006. You made the motion, Commissioner Cook seconded it, to send it on to purchasing to be bid out contingent upon Calvary Banking providing us usage data.
I remember asking for the data. We never received that data in this committee. That's where it stayed, was with no data coming in and not coming back to this committee.
Well, I haven't researched the property management minutes, but I mean, I know
I have.
the purchasing committee did take bids, as I just told you earlier, and I don't think we got but one bid at that particular time. No, yeah, there were two people that were identified. One bank, no bid, and the second
Right.
bank was Pinnacle, and they agreed to let their piece of equipment stay in there and not pay us any money like they had been paying the previous initial 3 years.
But initially, I just didn't want anything in a public building or in one of our county buildings that should have been leased without a lease. That was the whole point of bringing it up. And That's what originated this. So, if you will, of the committee, what do you want to do?
Has it been rebid, like recently?
No, it's the second 3-year period has expired February the 12th or thereabouts
Of this year?
of this year, yes, sir.
So we're back to square one with no contract.
What does the county court clerk want to do?
She'd like for it to stay there. We're afraid, I mean, it's not hurting anything.
Yeah.
It's not,
Correct.
they're paying the phone bill and whatever is associated with that and any other charges. And whatever, even though it might be less service or less use than other, it's what few people are using it, it may be of a benefit.
Mhm.
And if we move it and take it out of there, the floor has been damaged and drilled, and we're gonna have to patch that, so we just soon leave it there and move on if we could.
Can we just do that? Just leave it there without securing any
Because,
additional
well,
bids?
we're not giving any money or receiving any money, it is using that space. It appears that nobody has, even the first time, 6 years ago, when we bid this, we only had 2 people, I think, that participated, so there's no real interest in banks to put these things in, it appears. Hasn't been heretofore.
Well, is it wise to leave something in there without a contract?
Well,
That's the point, I guess, that we have to decide.
that's why I told you at the last meeting that I would ask our county attorney, and he agreed with what I was saying, that if you're gonna do it, you need to have the contract.
Then I move you put it up for bid and get a contract.
Second.
So it's a proposal for bids, right?
You're forwarding this to the purchasing
Right.
committee?
Well, it's a property lease, it's not a
Lease
lease that
Well, let me say,
purchasing would do.
we didn't, so you're not saying we won't handle it through purchasing, but purchasing didn't execute a lease, we just simply took. The first go-around, we took bids on, how much will you pay us to put this in our property?
Right.
And only one person even made any bid, the other one, we were going to have to pay them. Only one, Calvary said they'll pay us, and we took their proposal.
Yeah, but it would just be like the bicycle shop or a lamp shop over there on the property that we have across from the clerk's building. When you do a lease with them, you don't take it through purchasing.
Who do you want to take the bids?
Well,
Do you want bids through this committee or purchasing?
Commissioner Hall.
My only question is, if we're taking bids with no money going out or coming in, you'll get 30 participants now, and how are you gonna?
Well, in the original
stumble
bid,
through who's coming?
in the
You know,
original
you're
bid,
not
we
asking
asked
for
for,
them to pay us or money to go out, so
yeah.
I just assume if we can go back with the company that's presented the last time and see if they want to renew the contract for 3 years, and let's move on.
I'm willing to withdraw my motion. All I want us to do is get a contract. The county attorney said we should have a contract.
Right.
So we need to protect ourselves.
I just
Right.
don't want to talk about it next month.
Amen.
Whatever we need to do to get it off the agenda and move on.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was trying to do 3 months ago.
Well, I'll make another motion. I move that the mayor agree to this.
Second.
I mean, are you authorizing the mayor to take whatever action is legal and appropriate?
I move that we authorize the mayor to take whatever action is necessary to solve this problem.
Could we simply just go to Pinnacle and ask them to renew their contract?
But see, there is really not a contract. They made a proposal. The
Okay.
purchase committee accepted their proposal, took it to the Board of Commissioners, and the Board of Commissioners said, yes, you can keep your machine there. Thank you for putting your machine there for another 3 years. And that's all that was done.
Can we do the same thing? Ask them just to extend whatever
We-
agreement we have?
We
That's
can't.
just giving them a contract without putting it out for bid, though. There again, that's not the way we do things. And I know it seems like a moot point, but, you know, when you get a lawsuit out of it possibly, then it's not a moot point anymore. And that may seem frustrating to some, but, you know, for years, things have been done just because people want to do something, and then we get bitten later.
Unless the mayor doesn't want to do this, isn't it just common sense to let the mayor handle this and use his best judgment with the advice of the county attorney and get this done?
I agree with that.
Tend to. We just-
Mayor, do you have any objections to dealing with this?
No?
Okay, thank you.
Between Becky and I, maybe we could work this out, right?
And Vicki. Never forget Vicki.
Okay. Legal counsel.
So did we have a motion second?
Authorize the mayor to take whatever steps necessary to handle the ATM issue.
Everyone clear on that? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, is there any other business?
Mayor, I've got a question about the Adult Activity Center.
And Ben has been in my office today, and I didn't get a report, and I apologize. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised, John, with the weather we've had for the last 4 to 6 weeks. Maybe not much has been done, but I don't know.
But they have broken ground over there, and
Oh, you've seen a little bit of action?
that was
I
my
don't
question.
know.
Okay,
Day before yesterday, they had not,
really.
but thought I understood Commissioner Jernigan, the other day we were at a meeting, and I thought he said that they had the go-ahead from the city now. Is that true?
We know
Mr.
we
Mayor?
have that, but I
Yeah.
don't know when our Public Works Department is going to get over there and start their
Right.
work.
It's just whenever he can get to it now. So. And they did replace the sign on that one building over there that was dilapidated, so that looks a lot better. Any other business? No other business to come before this committee? We're adjourned.